How was your home impacted?
We ended up getting flooding at 7:30, about 7 a.m. the next morning, and we had 2 feet of water in our house, in the whole first floor. And I was there by myself so that evening before, when I realized it was going to flood, I had started moving things upstairs, things that I could lift myself because it was just me, so it was just smaller things. So I tried to, put as much upstairs as I could. And then I was also elevating furniture, putting blocks and bricks and whatever I could find in the garage, in a flashlight, with a flashlight, because it was starting to get dark at that point. So all I had was my flashlight. And my phone, my battery on my phone was starting to get low, and I was worried about that. So the only place I could charge it was in my car. So every a few hours, I'd go out to my car and charge my phone because I was worried about not having any communication, any ability for communication. And at that point, I was pretty certain we were going to flood because I kept watching the water on the street going out of the house every hour and a half. And I was measuring how far it was coming up on the street. And I said, well, if this keeps coming up at this rate, we're going to flood sometime between 6:30 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. So sure enough, around 7 o'clock in the morning is when the water started gushing in the house. He goes, you really need to leave. He goes, this is my last opportunity to come back this close to your house, he said. After this, I don't know what's going to happen. He goes, you really need to leave. And I said, no, I'll be fine. I said, I got food and dog. I'm going to be upstairs. I'm just going to go upstairs. He goes, are you sure? He goes, because I'm not going to be able to come back. And I said, and that scared me at that point, especially because I wasn't going to have my phone. And so I decided to leave at that point. And that was when water was that was like 9:30 in the morning. So I already had about 2 to 3 inches of water in the house. I think just oh God, I'm going to get emotional.
If you want, we can always stop recording.
That's right. I think just the shock of that happening and not realizing it, and I think just the impact that it has on your life. It changes your life in a way that you don't expect. And so the hardest part, I mean, you're thankful for so many things. The perfect strangers were helping us. And then it could have been worse. I mean, it could have been so much worse. People had it, much worse than we did. But I just think there's so many things. It's hard to say what the hardest is because I think emotionally it's hard, but then it's also financially. I mean, we didn't have flood insurance. So all of that repairs, we had to pay. We've had to pay for it. So we had to take a loan out for $100,000 to help pay for it. So it's emotional. That's the hardest part. Losing everything you worked so hard for. Over the years, and then the financial impact, and just the stress that the whole thing, everything combined, has caused, over time. But just for that time, like when it was happening, I think it was just just the shock, just the disbelief, and just kind of not being able to do stuff for yourself. You felt so kind of helpless, that you had to rely on other people to help you. So, I think my community did great because there were so many people lending support, churches and coming out that would offer to help, demo your house and bring you food. And we had that first week was phenomenal. We had people coming, to our door, complete strangers bringing us food. And so the community, I think, was outstanding. The city of Houston, I don't know, not so much. I didn't really feel, other than the trash removal, when we had of all of our trash and belongings sitting on our front yard. They came through and really did a great job. They hired the city of San Antonio to come out and got them to, and that was really good. So in that regard, I felt like the city really stepped up,
Do you think whether you live at Kingwood, Katy, because the city of Houston is big,
Uh-huh.
how would you define Houston Strong,
Uh-huh.
and how did it impact you?
I define Houston Strong as just people pulling together. I mean, I know that because, our area obviously wasn't the only area hit. There were so many other areas in Houston. And so people came together, and some celebrities and things like that, and they donated money and went to shelters. And so that's how I think of Houston Strong, is all these people, all the community members, and coming together and providing support for people that were affected by that. So, and that, makes you proud to be part of that.